This is the Sofirn Sf16, and I'm going to tell you all about it right now. Upon unboxing, you'll find the manual, a C-type charging cable, a lanyard with an extra O-ring, the Sf16 itself, along with a 3.7 volt 3000 mAh rechargeable 18650 lithium-ion battery. The Sf16 is made of aluminum alloy, is IPX8 water resistant, is shock resistant, and weighs just over 100 grams or just under 4 ounces with the battery on board. I'll leave the tech specs from the manual on the screen now just in case I leave out any details, so pause the video here to see those details. During my runtime test starting in the high 875 milliwatt mode, the Sf16 ran for about 1 hour at that output before it started to slowly ramp down to a lower and lower lumen output over the course of 22 hours, and it probably would have gone on for a lot longer than that, but let's be honest, who needs a UV light for that long? Next up, during my thermal output test, the Sf16 reached a max thermal output of 99 degrees Fahrenheit or 36 degrees Celsius after about 39 minutes of use. Moving along to my recharge time test, the Sf16 took 2 hours and 13 minutes to fully recharge. The battery was still at 1% when I started this test because remember, it was running for 22 hours, but it never became completely depleted. Unfortunately, I had to cut the test short because I really can't tie up the studio for that long. Now let's take a brief tour of the modes in general operation for the Sofirn Sf16.
All right, guys, this is the Sofirn Sf16, and this is what the body of the light looks like. Aluminum alloy, you got your pocket clip here, you have a rear tail switch there, you have your C port here, flip that open, and that exposes the port. And then you seal it, makes it IPX8 water resistant. And then you have an indicator light there for when you turn it on. That's going to be on the screen now. I'm going to show you what the indicator reference looks like. And then on top of that, you have a UV filter on the front. And then on top of that, you got a little caution sticker there. That's always useful, right, guys? So let's go into the button pushes here. Now you have a couple different modes. This is going to be the low mode right here, and now you guys can't see it, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn down the lighting in here. There we go. And now I'm going to shine it to the background there, and that is what it looks like in that low mode. That low mode is going to give you a runtime of 31 hours, and all you have to do to step up to the next mode is lightly push the rear tail switch. Don't fully press it. You don't want to hear a click, but lightly press it. And that's going to bring you to the medium mode. That medium mode is going to give you a runtime of 14 hours, and then 14 and a half hours, sorry. And then press it again, and that's your high mode, and that's gonna be an 8-hour runtime. That's nice and bright. I'm gonna step all the way back here. I'm about 10 feet away from the actual sign here, and that's what it's gonna look like in high. And I'll come back here, and that's what it looks like. Another good thing to note too is when you do cycle through, whatever you leave it on last and you turn the light off and you wait a few seconds, 1, 2, 3, right? You turn it back on, it's gonna memorize that last mode that it was in. Pretty cool. Very simple operation, guys. Now let's take it and compare it to a couple other flashlights that are UV. All right, guys, I have the Sofirn Sf16 here in the middle. I have the Olight Seeker 4 Mini over here on the right, and on the left, I have the new Arcfeld Pro. Now, guys, these are all UV lights, and over here in the background, you can see I have the spectrums that they're in and the outputs that they have for the output. So here we're gonna go use the Sf16 first, and that is in the 875 milliwatt power and the 365 nanometer spectrum. So that's what that looks like, and that's what the beam pattern looks like, guys. It's got like a little bit of ridges. It's not perfectly round. I don't know why they went with a tactical, it's almost like a tactical thing here. But yeah, so that's what that looks like. We're gonna put it in that low, and then we're gonna put it in the medium, and then the highest, which is the 875. So that's what that looks like. We're gonna put that out, and then obviously we have the Seeker Mini 4, and that is 760 milliwatts, and that's the 365 nanometer spectrum as well. And then over here we have the Arcfeld Pro, 900 milliwatts, 365 nanometer spectrum, and that's what that looks like. So that's what they all kind of look like. I'm gonna do this here. That's what they look like. I'm gonna roll this back, and then obviously, so those are the lights. That's what they look like. This is how it stacks up. You got nice throw with the SF16. Whereas the other ones will fade out a little bit more, but I feel like this one goes the furthest out. So if I take a step back, we're gonna go back several feet. Let's do this this way, right? About 5 feet away now. And now I'm about 8 feet away. And now I'm about 10 feet away. And you guys can see this is the center one. If I shut that off, the other ones are very diffused. Whereas the Sofirn is nice and punchy. So if you guys are on the beach, you're combing the beach or something like that, looking for those Yopalites, that's gonna really give you a good advantage right there, because you're gonna be able to see a little bit further away. It is a little refined, so it is a hot spot there, whereas the other two are a little bit more floody. But yeah, I mean, if I'm gonna be on the beach and I'm looking for something at night, yeah, I rather have, you know, the advantage of standing up and not being hunched over rather than having to hunch over and actually like kind of see stuff. So that's pretty cool. And the price ranges for all these three of these lights are totally different. I'll put them up on the screen now. But yeah, that's what you're looking at, guys. This is what the beam shots look like for the Sofirn SF16, the Arcfeld Pro, and the Seeker 4 Mini.
Now for my pros and cons. First, the pros. The Sofirn SF16 had a better throw than the Seeker Mini 4 and the Arcfeld Pro, and an insane amount of runtime at a way better price point. And now for my cons. I would have liked to see a little bit more flood with this light, but that's my preference. With that said, the Sofirn SF16 retails for $49.99 at regular price, but you could pick one up on sale for just $31.99 along with a battery, and they also include a 1-year free from defects warranty in there as well. I hope this video has been helpful. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you like what you see, and give it a thumbs up. Thanks for watching. This has been Prepared Guy, and until next time, guys, stay prepared.